Good afternoon, everyone. We have head coach Nick Cushing here for the pre-match press conference ahead of our game against the Philadelphia Union. If you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand. We'll get started with John Lupo.
Hey, Nick. So after the midweek loss to the Red Bulls, obviously a very emotional game, do you feel like it's almost good to have a game so soon again and also against a quality opponent like Philadelphia?
Yeah, I think when you lose, especially when you're a team like us that hasn't lost many games recently, I think it's good to get another game in because it refocuses the players, but also gives you an opportunity. When you lose, naturally you are really motivated and hungry to go and win again. So I think to have the game so soon is a positive for us. Yeah.
Chris Campbell.
Hey, Nick, just wondering if you can give us an update on Thiago Martin's status and any other injury concerns heading into the match on Sunday.
There's no other injury concerns. It's just him at the moment, and he is still in a boot. So the ankle is, he's not in a place where he's got football boots on, so he's not training at the moment. I think he's still in the period of the physios are trying to see how he reacts to some initial treatment and how he reacts to, just allowing the swelling to go down. But I don't think it's something that he's not going to be ready for this game or the Cincinnati game. They will probably give us a further update this week. If not today, tomorrow. I'm hoping that it's more like 2 weeks, 3 weeks than 4 weeks, 6 weeks. But he's in pain at the moment, so it's not something that's going to be really short term.
Michael Linder.
Nick, if I could go back to Wednesday real quick. One of the things that Ronnie said made the team so successful in their cup run was treating every game like a final. So now that you've had a chance to go back and review the match, do you think that you prepared the team like it was a final?
I think when you play Red Bull, whether it's a cup game or a league game, it's a local derby. I would never and haven't ever questioned the players' approach to games, especially not in Red Bull games. They were highly motivated and they understood that it was a knockout game. And I think we competed really well. When I look at our regains on second balls, our reactions to press, our commitment and fight, I think it was there. I think we were a little bit disappointed we didn't create clear-cut chances, and I think we can be better at that. But from the side of the game of playing a final or being up for the game, knowing that we could go out of the game, I was content with the way that the team applied themselves.
Christian Hennig.
Hi, Coach. Just looking forward to the weekend. What are you looking forward to in terms of the test that Philadelphia will provide you?
I think we know their style well. Their 4-4-2 diamond. They will try and control space. They will try and keep us on one side of the pitch so that they can regain the ball central and they can hit us in transition on counter-attack. In moments when we do allow them to have the ball, they'll be really direct and they'll try and play for second balls and they'll play off set play. And Jim has prepared a team and created a team that is really, really good at the way that they play. So it will be a difficult game and we'll have to be at the top of our game in finding spaces and using the spaces and using the opportunities that we will get to play our style of football so that we can create chances and be better than we were in the Red Bull at creating clear-cut chances so that we can score goals.
Chris Campbell.
And Nick, follow up on that. Philadelphia plays somewhat similarly than Red Bulls does in that manner. What can you take away from the game on Wednesday that you can apply to Sunday?
That we can create moments. And what I mean by that is they're going to try and control spaces. They'll give us some spaces, but they'll try and control some spaces. And I think in the Red Bull games, we found the spaces that beat their press, that got the ball into areas where we could go and attack the game, whether it be playing round or over their press. But once we got into those moments, our decision-making needs to be better. And we've spoke about this over certain games this season. But I think a huge positive is we knew Red Bull were going to press with 6 players and they were going to make the game really, really difficult for us. But, you know, our decision making in those moments was really good in finding the spaces. And we got those moments where we got Gabriel Pereira or Tati, or we played with Santiago Rodriguez or Thiago Andrade. We got into those moments. We just need to be a little bit more clinical and a little bit more composed in those moments to create chances.
Michael?
Nick, you had said last week that you felt the team was a little bit rusty after the 3 weeks off. I'm just curious if you're starting to see in training or even in a Wednesday's game, if you feel like that they're starting to get that back in sync.
Yeah, I think that if you have any rust on you, or you haven't got the intensity that you need, then we would have failed in the Red Bull game at matching their intensity, and thought it was there. I thought we won second balls. I thought our reaction to press. I thought our ability to move the ball quickly and play in a game where they're going to really push the intensity. I thought it was there, and I don't worry about that. I think, you know, the training that we've had this morning shows me that the players are hungry. Their work ethic is there, and the intensity and almost the zip that we play with, you know, it's there. So, you know, I'm comfortable with that.
Gianluca?
Nick, with the fact you mentioned that Philadelphia plays 4-4-2 diamond, and you mentioned that the Red Bulls play similar to them, so you'll have a good idea of how Philadelphia plays. But they've been one of the best defensive teams in MLS for a long time, and they have a very consistent back line with usually the same four players back there. So what specifically do you feel like you need to do to be able to create more chances and, you know, get as many goals as you'd like?
Yeah, we have to use the space. I mean, whatever system the opposition play, they're always going to give you some space. Red Bull gave us the space in behind and maybe in front of their back three, and I thought we used that space well. Philadelphia will be different in the way that they set up. There will be no space central. They'll have a lot of bodies inside the pitch, whether it be two strikers, four midfield players. But, you know, the way that we set up, we've created chances against them before, and, you know, whether it be in the games last year or the game this year, we were disappointed we lost the game 2-0, but we had the possession and we created some chances. So we know that if we use the spaces that they give us and we recognize where the spaces are in the game, we can expose their defensive setup, and we can get into moments where we can create chances. But I totally agree, they're a really difficult team to play against. They make the game really hard for the opposition because they have a real focus on stopping the opposition and then playing in transition, and we have to be prepared for that.
Final one, Chris Campbell.
Nick, you guys faced Philadelphia last year in the playoffs, and then earlier this year, it got a bit confrontational at a few times. And then coming off the Red Bulls game where you had similar instances, what do you say to the team to make sure that, cooler heads prevail coming this weekend?
No, of course we have to keep our discipline. I think it is incredibly frustrating. The Colorado game was no different. When teams come and break our rhythm consistently with fouls and consistently break the game up and break our rhythm up, it is frustrating for me as well, because, you know, we want to play a game that excites the fans. We want to play a game that is entertaining, and one of the main attributes of that is the tempo that we play at and the rhythm that we play at, and getting the ball into the likes of Telles Magno and Santi Rodriguez and Maxi Morales and letting them go and play attacking football. And when teams disrupt that, it can be incredibly frustrating. But that's 2 games now on the run, Colorado and Red Bull, where we felt like that. And maybe the discipline, just, the emotion spilled over a little bit in the Red Bull game. And we've spoken to the players. The team knows that we have to be better in those moments, and we have to keep our composure, and we have to continue to play in those moments, because we can't control that. It's not our job to control that. We just have to, continue to play and make sure that we continue to stick to our game plan.
Great. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.